such an asshole!
Hey, it's the captain here. How you kids doing? The old captain went hiking and driving and exploring out near Payson, Arizona. And we got a lot of work to do today at Asshole Consulting, where you go to assholeconsulting.com. If you have questions, I have answers. Because I'm the older brother you never had who will give you the swift kick in the ass that you desperately need. Hey, asshole, consider this video my follow-up or part 2 of the Do Not Shit Where You Eat video requested a few weeks ago. I apologize in advance for the length of this request, but thought you may find the story interesting. As you know, I am 18, work at a fast food place, and have had an IQ tested above 150. Dude, you should just get out of that. One of my co-workers, we'll call her Franny, has been trying to hook me up with another co-worker who's her 17-year-old, another co-worker's 17-year-old sister, we'll call the younger sister, Vanessa. Franny introduced me to Vanessa at the Christmas party, and I found she is much better looking in person. I'm still not physically attracted to her, but she's not as ugly as she looks in the pictures that Franny showed me. Well, with names like Franny and Vanessa, they're not going to be that good looking. A while ago, I came up with this crazy theory that I could learn to be successful with women by asking out dating girls that I don't have an interest in, as practice with women I actually do have an interest in. The basic idea is that not having any romantic interest in the girl will allow me to have some outcome independence, which will make me more relaxed and aloof and better able to analyze what I'm doing right and where I need to improve. I do this along with the usual things such as staying in shape, having other hobbies and interests, watching movies like The Tao of Steve, etc. Anyway, I decided to use Vanessa in order to test out my theory as well as see for myself if The Tao of Steve works. It does. Well, yeah, it's a pretty... Watch that movie. There are very few things where it's just... I know a lot of nerds who hire these pickup artist types, charlatan or not, and... okay, here's how you sell the nerds. You make it seem like it's a fucking formula. Like, you just do this, you just do that, and then the girls just magically suck your dick. Whereas, obviously, it is an art, and psychology, and interaction, and it is not a fucking computer program. Will you fucking engineering IT nerds fucking get that? Women are not fucking programs. What worked 10 minutes ago doesn't work 10 minutes later. You gotta be on your game. Anyway. But The Tao of Steve is one of those movies. Like, that's a simple enough rule. It does have some, 90% element of truth. Anyway, I decided I've taken Vanessa on a few small dates, like seeing a movie or going out for pizza. And so far, it actually seems to be working. Truth be told, I do feel a little guilty. And yes, I know this theory is fucked up. No, I think it's brilliant. I think it's fucking brilliant. Opportunistic and has its flaws. But hey, whatever works, right. What is your opinion on this? Do you think I'm onto something with my theory? Yes, I do. Or is my theory dumb as it sounds, and I should just stop now before it goes too far? All right, at first I was like, dude, that's kind of unfair to the girl you're dating. And then I remembered, oh, wait, all those fucking girls that just took me for money so I'd buy them drinks or take them out or wasted my time. Fuck no, it's war. You use whatever motherfucking tactics you can. I think this is a brilliant idea for the reasons you just listed right there. You're going to get practice. You're going to be on a date. It's no different. Let me tell you a real story, because this is very analogous to what you pointed out. I had, many years ago, back in the Twin Cities, one of the largest providers of dance to the Twin Cities, various community education programs. He retired. He was like 90. He just up and retired. So there was this huge opening for people to teach ballroom and Latin dances. Now, at that time, I had only learned swing, and I knew a little bit of salsa. And I got this emergency call from a bunch of different community education programs where, so-and-so retired without telling us, and now we got all these classes open. Do you know? And then they list all the dances that I didn't know. Tango, waltz, foxtrot, all the other boring ones. I said, no, I don't know them. When do you need this taught by? And they said, we need it in a month. Because I remember it was the beginning of the year, and then classes started up at the end of January, early February. I'm like, a month? I got to learn all this in a month. And then old Captain's little entrepreneurial capitalistic mind came on. He says, wait a minute. Instead of driving 1 hour there and 1 hour back to teach 1 hour of classes, what if you drove 1 hour there to teach 3 hours of classes where you're offering 3 different classes, and you drive 1 hour back? And I'm like, So I tripled my money. Now, once I did the numbers, I said, yes, I'll do that. I had to learn a whole bunch of dances in a month, and I'm also cheap, and I probably could have afforded lessons, but I didn't want to. So what did I do? I went to all the different dance places I could, and who did I dance with to learn to dance? Did I dance with only hot chicks who were like 25? Fuck no, I didn't have time for that. I had to learn 4 or 5 ballroom dances, and I had to learn it quick. The only way I could have learned that was how? By going and dancing with every chick. Fat, skinny, tall, short, old, young, black, white. It didn't matter. I had to find every dance that was out there. I had to be practicing. I had to be going out. Same thing with jiu-jitsu or any kind of martial arts. You don't like, well, I'm only going to spar against people in my weight class. No, you spar with whoever is available. And I think this is the exact same thing because dating is a skill. And like, I was talking to 2 young gals over at the coffee shop because I had a question about you idiot boys and their age. And they're like, well, they don't know anything. And I'm kind of like, yeah, they don't because they haven't been alive long enough and they haven't had any practice dating. So I think this is a great idea. I think it's a brilliant idea because you want to get ready for your big bout, for your big title fight. You want to go up against that hot chick that you actually are physically attracted to. Now, this doesn't mean you lead the girl on to the point that she's emotionally invested into you. You're just going out, you're going through the motions, okay? You really are sparring. You're going out here, you're going to pick up, you're trying to keep up your conversation skills. That will not only make you a better conversationalist, but you'll be much more comfortable with the girl around so that when the real deal does come around, you'll be ready for it. So I think it's a great idea. I have absolutely no sympathy, especially what my dating background and what I've dated, and given your average quality and caliber of today's women. Absolutely. They use you. You use them. Ladies, please don't act offended in the comment section. You damn well know you use guys. Just don't even bother with it. I think it's a free-for-all, absolutely brilliant idea. Now, one thing you may not be aware of, and this happened to another story. There's a lot of stories of the Captain Day today. Let me tell you another story. So I had broken up with before this girl existed, the word cunt did not exist, but then she came into existence, and then the people over at the Oxford Dictionary, whoever the Webster, Merriam, they said, oh my God, we got to come up with a name for that, and they said the word cunt, that's what we're going to come up. So this girl, probably the second worst girl I dated, but I dated her for a long time. I didn't know any better, because like you, I was an idiot. So I had dumped her before New Year's Eve 2000 was coming up. So our New Year's Eve 1999, New Year's Day 2000. And I was invited to this formal thing for New Year's 2000 at a fancy mansion over in Bloomington. You can look it up later. And I didn't have a date. I was okay with it because I was just happy to be free and rid of this toxic individual. But there was this gal, played volleyball with me and my pal. Yeah, she's one of the guys. Just a guy. And, and she, nice. I enjoyed her company. She was a friend. And I'm like, I got an extra ticket to this thing. You don't piss me the fuck off. You're not drama. You're cool to hang out with. You want to go to this formal event with me? And she said, sure, let's go. And up until this time, she'd been a guy. She burped, she farted, she belched. She played volleyball, never wore makeup. Literally just a tomboy. You punch her in the shoulder. Let's go get some beers, Fred. Even though her name wasn't Fred. And so she's like, okay, what's this kind of thing like? I say, okay, it's formal. I don't know if you even have a dress, because I really didn't know if she had a dress. She's like, I got a dress. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. So I picked her up. It was a completely different person. I'm like, who the fuck are you? She cleaned up. She looked good. And I was like, what? Whoa, you are not the sweaty pig I was playing volleyball with this entire time. What the fuck happened? So we go out, and I'm thinking, boy, if she did this more often, you know, a true diamond in the rough. And we did. We dated for a couple months. Everything was fine, and happiness reigned supreme in Cappy Land. And Cappy sat upon his throne and made happy decrees of puppies, chocolates, and flowers. And he had the hot babe, who was a tomboy when they played, but a minx in private. And all was well. All was well. Nothing, just happy, high-level equilibrium. The birds were chirping. Nothing could get better. And then we're lying, she says, we have to talk. And I said, fuck! I'm like, no, we don't have to talk. What is wrong with what we have now? Why, what? No. Did you see the birds chirping? Did you see the chocolate fountain? Did you see, are you having fun? She's like, yes. I say, are you happy? She's like, yeah. I said, then don't fuck with this, man. So she fucked with it. I want to have children. I'm like, fuck. And Cappy, then the darkness came, then the sadness came, and the birds no longer chirped, and she went off, and I think she got fat too. Unfortunately, she shouldn't have, because she was very athletic. But the larger point that I'm trying to make here is you'll be surprised. You think it's some plain Jane you're taking out. You meet over at the coffee store. She's got her sweats on, got her glasses. She looks, and then she does the librarian thing, lets the hair down, puts on some makeup, takes the glasses off, put the eye contacts in, and you might be surprised. You might all of a sudden like this girl, and that's where I have found you're gonna find long-term, high-quality girls. Is every guy, just like every girl, is programmed to go after the hotness. You do not train your eye, and this I had to do in my early to mid-20s. You have to train your eye to find that diamond in the rough. The girl with the glitz and the glam and the fam and the heels and the hair and all that. You got to look real close. Look real close. And pay attention to find that girl who's the diamond in the rough. And then it's like, because a lot of girls out there, they don't know they're very pretty because they've never been brought up that way. Maybe they were ugly before, and they don't realize that they've kind of come into their own. Some of them just have a really awesome personality. Like, wow, I really like that. But ladies, don't think, oh, he said it. A great personality will make me sexy. No, you are either sexy and you have a great personality, or you are not. All right, you are either sexy or you are not, and that is a mandatory thing. But try to train your eye to see what would normally be a 5.5, a 6. All of a sudden, you're like, okay, all right, stop. If she was in heels and a skirt, if she actually dressed like a woman, what would she be? What would she look like? And then that's all of a sudden when you say, oh yeah, I'll take you out dancing. You know, I'm going out with, average Amy. And then average Amy comes in looking like A-game Amy. And you're like, oh, maybe I do want to stick my dick in you. Huh. That's a fringe benefit I was not expecting. But that's something to worry about down the road. But I do like your general idea. I think it's a very good idea. You get practice. Those girls will get practice too. You are taking advantage of them. But dude, if we want to look at the trade balance between taking advantage of between men and women, holy fucking shit. We have generations worth to go. So don't worry. Go ahead and do it. Train, spar, get ready for that hot girl down the road you really want to go out with. But don't be surprised if there's a couple surprises. That's all I'm saying. And when you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. You can go get my books. You can go to amazon.com. Just search Aaron Clarey, Clarey. Then we have my podcast where you can listen to brilliant fucking things I say about twice a week. Best luck to all of you. Toodles.